Hey guys, welcome back to Global Value. In today's video, we'll be performing a fundamental stock analysis of Mettler-Toldeo International Inc., ticker symbol MTD. So Mettler-Toldeo is a new addition to Terry Smith's Fundsmith portfolio. It, alongside with Adobe, were the only two new positions he added as of April of this year. Currently, Mettler-Toldeo trades for about $1,326 per share. Year to date, they're down about 22%. However, over the past year, they're up nearly 3.5%. Going back 10 years, even though this year's recent decline, they've delivered about a 23% compounded annual return. And going back all the way to 2005, they've delivered about a 20.5% return. So this is a long-term compounding stock. So we can see that they're trading kind of snugly between their 52-week high and their 52-week low currently. They have about a $30 billion market cap, so this is a large business. To get some context about the business's background, Mettler-Toldeo International supplies weighing and precision instruments to customers in the life science, industrial, and food retail industries. These make up 54%, 40%, and 6% of sales, respectively. Its products include laboratory and retail scales, pipettes, pH meters, thermal analysis equipment, titrators, metal detectors, and X-ray analyzers. Mettler leads the market for weighing instrumentation and controls more than 50% of the market for lab balances. The business is geographically diversified with sales distribution roughly as follows. The United States makes up around 30% of sales, Europe makes around 30% of sales, China makes up 20% of sales, and the rest of the world contributes the other 20% of sales. The company was incorporated in 1991 and is based in Columbus, Ohio. So with that background about what the business does and how it makes money, let's get right into our fundamental analysis. We'll be performing an 8-pillar analysis as popularized by Everything Money to take a look at 8 different financial metrics of the business and come to a holistic beginning understanding of how to think about Mettler-Toldeo as a business. So starting off with pillar number 1, we want their average PE to be below 22.5. Currently, Mettler-Toldeo trades at about 39 times earnings, and over the past 5 years, they've traded at about 41 times earnings. So pillar number 1 is going to be an X. Moving on to pillar number 2, we want their average 5-year return on capital to be above 9%. So we can see that Mettler-Toldeo blows this out of the water. Over this period, they've averaged 40% plus returns on capital, including nearly 50% last year. They've sustainably earned very high returns on capital. So that's a check on pillar number 2. Pillar number 3, we want to see 5-year revenue growth, and we do indeed see that. They grew revenues from $2.7 billion in 2017 to $3.7 billion in 2021. Scrolling down on their income statement, pillar number 4, we're looking for 5-year net income growth. Net income is here in white. Again, they've grown this from $376 million in 2017 to $369 million in 2021. So back-to-back checks on revenue and net income growth. So far, they've checked the box on 3 out of 4 pillars. Pillar number 5, we're looking for decreasing shares outstanding. And we see that here. They've decreased their shares outstanding from 26 million in 2017 down to about 23.5 million in 2021. So they've been buying back shares and giving their existing shareholders greater ownership percentages of the business. So that's a great sign. That's a check on pillar number 5. Pillar number 6, we're looking for 5-year free cash flow growth. Free cash flow is cash from operations minus capital expenditures. It's this column here in green. Free cash flow can be used to pay dividends, buy back shares, pay down debt, make acquisitions, and reinvest back into the business. So we can see that they've grown free cash flow from $389 million in 2017 to nearly $801 million in 2021. So that's a check there. They've been able to do that while actually decreasing their capital expenditures and increasing their cash from operations. So relative to their cash from operations, Mettler-Toldeo does not have to spend a lot on capital expenditures for their business, which makes sense given their ability to generate these very, very high returns on capital. So averaged out over this time period, they've generated about $550 million of free cash flow each year. We'll use that number in pillars 7 and 8, where we're looking at how they utilize leverage in their business and then how their market cap compares to their free cash flow profile. So pillar number 7, we're looking at how they utilize leverage in the business. We don't want to invest in businesses that are over-levered or that require high amounts of leverage to generate these high returns. So currently they have $1.7 billion of net debt on their balance sheet. Net debt is long and short-term liabilities minus cash and short-term cash equivalents. So we want their net debt to be below their average 5-year free cash flow multiplied by 5. Multiplying their average 5-year free cash flow of $550 million times 5 brings us to $2.75 billion. So nearly $3 billion of free cash flow, more than enough to pay off all their outstanding debts. So Pillar 7 is going to be a check. Based on their free cash flow, they're in a healthy position to pay off their liabilities. Finally, the big pillar of them all, pillar number 8, we want their market cap to be below their average 5-year free cash flow multiplied by 20. This is just going to give us a starting point of what's a reasonable valuation to pay for the business. So they currently have a market cap of about $30 billion. Multiplying their $550 million of free cash flow times 20 only brings us to $11 billion. This is off by more than double, and this is an X on pillar number 8. So in summary, Mettler-Toldeo checks the box on 6 out of 8 pillars. They have very high returns on capital. Their business exhibits very strong fundamentals, and they're only off on our valuation metrics. With a business with this kind of marketplace dominance and these high fundamentals, it's probably wise to pay a premium. However, it still looks like the premium that you'd have to pay at these current prices still makes this business relatively richly valued. So you might be able to find something more attractive out there in the stock market right now. Again, this is not financial advice. This is just merely a starting point of how to think about the business based off its financials. If you're interested in learning more about Mettler-Toldeo, dig into the company in more depth by reading through their 10K and diving into an annual report. Ultimately, you're trying to come to your own individual thoughts about the business. Well, guys, that's it for today's stock analysis of Mettler-Toldeo International Inc., ticker symbol MTD. Again, this is a recent addition to Terry Smith's Fundsmith portfolio. One thing to note here is that he has a very small weighting on nearly all of his positions, with no position being more than 10 to 15%. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel for more stock analysis videos, and comment down below what company you want me to take a look at next. Thanks for learning about Mettler-Toldeo with me, and have a great day.